Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypher Box. So, David Higgins, promoter to Joseph Parker, has stated that he would love to see Joseph Parker go up against the winner of Bellew versus Haye 2. You know, I think he feels that certain fighters here in the UK especially have been quite disrespectful to Joseph Parker, namely Tony Bellew and Dillian Whyte in terms of their comments of Joseph Parker before he fought Anthony Joshua. This is, you know, where they said, you know, I think I've heard Dillian Whyte say that, you know, Joseph Parker's a terrible fighter, he's a terrible champion, etc., and he'd beat him easy. I think Tony Bellew has also been quite vocal in the sense that he feels that he could beat Joseph Parker in a fight. David Higgins believes otherwise. You know, I think he feels that Joseph Parker's stock has risen a little bit since he fought Anthony Joshua, although he didn't get the job done against Anthony Joshua. He didn't get the decision. He's the first guy to take Anthony Joshua the full 12 rounds, and he feels that a lot of those fighters who were talking the talk before would see Joseph Parker as a dangerous opponent from here on out, and he's kind of wondering, you know, and waiting to see whether, you know, the likes of Dillian Whyte and Tony Bellew, who were so vocal, you know, pre-Anthony Joshua, whether those individuals who were so vocal will, you know, now carry on what they were saying before and actually live up to their words and call out Joseph Parker again. He's waiting to see whether Bellew or Whyte have changed their tune since the fight with Anthony Joshua, whether they would be so confident and so vocal in fighting Joseph Parker, you know, as they were before Joseph Parker faced Anthony Joshua. And he's saying that, you know, if they don't, then he's kind of saying, if they don't, what does that say about Tony Bellew's character? What does that say about Dillian Whyte's character, etc., etc.? Look, you know, end of the day, it's a smart move from David Higgins. You know, he's the promoter to Joseph Parker. Obviously, Joseph Parker will want to get back into title contention. You know, I'm sure he'll like to work himself back into the position where he could win back the titles or his title, etc., against whether it be Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, or whoever it would be. You know, he is a top contender, and you know, make a fight with two well-known names here in the UK in the heavyweight division, with Dillian Whyte and Tony Bellew. I mean, what do I think? You know, would Joseph Parker versus the winner of Bellew Haye make a good fight? I think it would. You know, I don't have a problem with it. You know, it'd be definitely be interesting to see, you know, if David Haye comes through, would he go up against someone like Joseph Parker, and how would he do in that situation? And if Bellew wins the fight, same thing, you know, would Bellew go back down to cruiserweight to fight Alexander Usyk like he said he would, because he is the Emiratis champion at cruiserweight, so he could ask for that fight and he would get it. Or would Tony Bellew, you know, decide to stick around at heavyweight, maybe have one more fight at heavyweight and take on the likes of Joseph Parker? Be interesting to see what comes out of this. But you can see what David Higgins is doing as well, is what he did against Anthony Joshua, you know, putting a bit of media out there, information out there to the media, kind of trying to gold these two guys to step up and challenge Joseph Parker to a fight, basically. So, you know, doing his job as a promoter, I suppose. But in terms of the fights, I wouldn't have a problem with any of these fights. I think there'll be good competitive fights. Let me know what you think. As always, guys, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypher Box reminding you to keep it real.